Hi everyone! In today's video, we're going to install Windows Server 2022 Data Center Core Edition, the version without the graphical interface. If you've seen my previous video on the Data Center Evaluation Desktop Experience, this one is a bit different. The Core Edition is lighter, faster, and built for performance, but it's managed entirely through the command line or PowerShell. We'll go through the installation and cover the initial configuration as well. Let's get started and walk through the process step by step. The first thing we're going to do is download the ISO file for Windows Server 2022. You can get it for free from the Microsoft official website. Just type Windows Server 2022. Open the first link. Download the ISO image. Before you can download it, you will need to complete this form and then click the download button. I'm going to complete this form myself off recording, and once the download is ready, I'll come back and we'll continue from there. After clicking the download button, you will need to pick your language. I'll select English and then choose the ISO downloads for 64-bit edition. And the download starts. To save time, I already have the ISO file downloaded, so I'll cancel this one. For this tutorial, I'm going to use the Core Edition, but keep in mind that the ISO image is the same for all editions. Now, let's create the virtual machine. Click Machine and then New. I'll name the server Core 1. It will be saved in this folder by default. I'm going to select the ISO image later. I'm going to select Microsoft Windows. And for the type, I'm going to select, scroll down, Windows Server 2022 64-bit edition. For the virtual hardware, I'm going to assign 8 GB. And for the CPUs, I'm going to assign 2 processors. For the virtual hard disk, 50 GB is great, so click Finish. Now that we have the virtual machine ready, let's add the ISO image. Click Settings. Click Storage. Here is the 50 GB we created, and here we're going to add the ISO image. Click here. Choose a disk file. It's going to be under Downloads. Click Open. Okay. Now let's power up the machine. Double click. The first thing we have to select is the language, English. Click Next. Click Install Now. On this page, we need to select the operating system we want to install. I'm going to install Windows Server 2022 Data Center Evaluation without the desktop experience, so the Core Edition. Click Next. I accept the Microsoft Software License Terms. Click here, and then click Next. Which type of installation do you want? If we click here, it will assume that we already have a Windows Server and we just want to upgrade it, but that's not the case, so we're going to select Custom. Here's the 50 GB we created. Click Next. And the download starts. I'm going to pause the video until the installation is done. Alright, so after the installation finishes, you'll be greeted with this window right here. It's basically telling you that you need to change the administrator password before you log in. Now keep in mind, since we're running server core, this is what you're going to see. A lot of command lines, PowerShell windows, and no full graphical interface like you would have with the regular server. So let's go ahead and click OK. If you're trying to click OK with your mouse and won't respond, just press the Enter key instead. Now let's try the password. Make sure your password is easy to recall but difficult to guess. Now that the password have been changed, click OK, enter, and Windows will start loading into the command line. Once it's loaded, you will notice it automatically runs sconfig, which stands for Server Configuration. This tool lets you manage your server from the command line. Since there is no full GUI or server manager here, this is where you'll be doing most of your configuration. Now let's say you accidentally close this window. How do you get back in? No problem, just press Input, Keyboard, Insert, Ctrl-Alt-Delete, choose Sign Out, Input, Keyboard, Ctrl-Alt-Delete. Then it's going to ask you to log back in using the same administrator password you created earlier. Once you're in, you will see a simple text-based interface where you can manage some basic system settings. For example, if you want to change the IP address type 8 for network settings, then press Enter. Next, choose 1, which is the network card you want to configure. You will see several options like Set Network Adapter or Set DNS Server. For us, we need to set the network adapter address because right now it's getting one automatically from the DHCP, specifically 10.0.2.15. And we don't want that, so choose 1. It will ask you if you want to get it dynamically from the DHCP or statically. We want a static IP address, so choose S because we want to set it manually. Now it's asking for the IP address type 192.168.1.2. Press Enter. For the subnet mask, accept the default, which is 255.255.255. For the default gateway, I'm going to assign a placeholder, just like blank, and we will set it later. For now, I'm going to write 0.0.0.0 and click Enter. Press Enter again. Now let's verify the configuration. Press 8 again. And you will see this index. Here it's 1. If you had multiple adapters, they will appear as 1, 2, 3, and so on. Since we only have 1, choose 1, write 1, press Enter. Now you can see our IP address is 192.168.1.2 and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0 and the DHCP is disabled, set to false. Now let's change the name. Now let's change the computer name. It's the second thing here, number 2, so type 2. And give the new name. I'll name it SR Core 1. Click Enter. The change will take effect after you restart your computer. Type Y for yes. and click enter, and the server will start restarting now. Once the server is back up and running, press Ctrl Alt Delete on your keyboard. Type your password to log in. And you can see here the name changed. Finally, since we finished the configuration, press 15 to exit. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.